Hi everyone, here's the Bookchemist once again. Today I'm reviewing Equal Rites by Terry Pratchett, the third novel in Pratchett's Discworld series. I recently read The Light Fantastic, the second novel in the series, after a long time since my last Pratchett novel, and I loved The Light Fantastic. It was really one of my favorite books from 2017, and I was absolutely thrilled and very excited to dive straight into Equal Rites. Now, Equal Rites is in many ways a different novel. The characters from Light Fantastic don't come back, but of course the setting and this whole fantasy universe are the same, and I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that this series, every book has its own reason to exist, while they all share this universe. The tone is also sort of different. Don't get me wrong, you get Pratchett's usual outrageously fizzy, comical fantasy style, filled with a very British sort of humor, but whereas in The Light Fantastic and The Color of Magic you really did get basically a joke every line, here Equal Rites at times also wants to be serious. I'm not going to give you the plot, but this book is basically about a main character who's a child, a small girl, a little girl, who wants to do something in life that is usually not the domain of women, and has to confront the injustice of this world, of this system that doesn't allow her to be what she wants to be. I'm not sure, I'm not sure Equal Rites conveyed the full tragedy of that as powerfully as I felt at times that it was trying to do. That's of course very difficult. It's a very difficult trick to pull off in a novel that is still a comical fantasy adventure, but Light Fantastic actually did pull off an even more difficult tricks. I'm not going to compare the two novels anymore because of course that's neither here nor there, but I did get the feeling, I have to be honest, I have to listen to that asshole critic side of my reading experience. I did get the feeling that Equal Rites didn't really manage to achieve the type of heft it was aiming for. Another thing I should mention is that the characters in this book are not necessarily the most unforgettable you're ever going to meet in fantasy fiction, including maybe the main character, I have to say, with one exception, which is Granny. Granny is the basically the main character's assistant. She's her mentor, her tutor, and she's fantastic. She steals the scene all the time. She is so hilarious. She's so badass. She's this old witch who never admits she's wrong. She's lived all her life in her secluded mountain village, doesn't like cities. At one point they ask her what elephants are, and she says a kind of badger, because she doesn't want to admit she doesn't know. She's incredible. She's probably too good a character considering the cast she's put in. I hope she comes back in other novels because she's great. You also get Pratchett's reflections on magic / books / words as something that gives you great power, but it's the kind of power that's sometimes better not to use, and you get the general reflection upon the nature of power and how power corrupts that is always there basically in all fantasy fiction involving magic, and that's great. One thing I have to say, and this has nothing to do with the book, it has something to do with me, is that probably this type of reflections and this type of humor, it's all the more effective if taken in little doses. This type of quirkiness, this type of comedy, it's probably best not to exceed with it. What I'm trying to say is that I probably would have appreciated this book a bit more had I not just overdosed on this type of humor with The Light Fantastic. In the future I'm going to read more of the Discworld novels, maybe not too many in a single week. Do let me know what you thought about Equal Rites, if you think it's one of the best books in the series, if you think maybe it's not among Pratchett's best works, and make no mistake, it's not like I disliked the book. I still think it's a great fantasy novel, and if you're interested in the premises, by all means dive in. Thank you for watching as always, guys, and I'll see you in our next review. Bye, guys.